Welcome everybody to the first craft along of 2022. I ought to know that because today we're making a calendar. Let me show you. So this is the one I've made. This is obviously it's for 2022 and it sits in a little box. The pieces sit in a box and they all come out. And when you want a different month, so that's January. If I want February, I'll turn that round and it shows February. And of course, we have all the months in the calendar, March, April, May, June, July, right through to December. So it will last the whole year. Stands up on the desk like that. You can't really see it on the camera, of course, if I do that. I've made it in this absolutely glorious paper, Simply Elegant, which is in the main catalogue. I've also played around. This is an old retired paper, but I just love the purple colours. So that looks really dark on the camera, but it's actually Highland Heather. Done this slightly differently. I've stamped these slightly differently. It's actually the same thing, January, February. And on this one, I've used a different technique to do the edges here. I've just stamped. Let me show you the stamp set and you'll see a little bit what I mean. So this is the most wonderful stamp set. I saw it in the catalogue and actually it was the first thing on my wish list as soon as I saw this current main catalogue. I always love doing calendars for people. Before I've had to buy those little, you know, those little tabs you can get to stick on calendars, which you have to buy every year and you tend to buy them in bulk and I never use all the bulk. This I can use every single year. I never have to buy those again because I can make my own. Because this stamp, it looks really odd at first. You think, how on earth do you use that? I will show you today. But you use it to make each month separately. So if I just take these out to show you, here I've got obviously January, which starts on a Saturday. Did start on a Saturday. We're already into January, of course. We're actually here. February starts on a Tuesday. And the beautiful thing, so March starts on a Tuesday, that's May starts on a Sunday. So you can use this same stamp to stamp all your months. And it's brilliant. And I'll show you why it's brilliant when I come to show you how to do it. The other things in here, there's a few sort of decorative things. So I've used that star, for example. On this set, I've just stamped the corner of each of my main cards just to, I didn't want too much on it because this background paper is very ornate, got a lot of detail in it. Didn't want too much detail on here. So I just used stars in the corner for that one. Oh, I've got a frog in my throat. Got a few nice sentiments as well. Always useful. With some balloons for birthdays. All the months, not necessarily in order, but that doesn't matter because you use them separately. And two different sets of days. So we've got Monday to Sunday, which is, I don't tend to use that one. I tend to use Sunday to Saturday. That's the way I like to see it a week. I always think a week starts on a Sunday, but that's your choice. So you can use a different one if you wish. So this is, I'm going to show you how to use this. So what I've used for to make these things, I've used some basic cardstock, and you choose the cardstock to match the DSP. As I say, this one, the one I'm going to make again today, Simply Elegant DSP, which is just gorgeous. I'll go through what you need as we go through making it, but I've also used these dies are from the gorgeous Playful Alphabet set. That's what it's called, yeah, Playful Alphabet dies, and it has all the numbers as well as the dies, plus a few extra symbols and things, which you'll find useful for other things. So that is a beautiful set. That is very much worthwhile. And I've also used, you probably can't see the detail. Not sure you need the detail actually, because you can't really see it. I've used a piece of vellum. I've just stuck these numbers onto a little piece of vellum, which I did cut out with the smallest one here of the rectangle stitch frame. Looked nice, but can't really see the stitching on vellum. If you're going to use, you can a little bit more on this one. Perhaps you can see it on this one. I can get that to the camera. Still difficult to see with this camera, but there is a little stitched outline to it, which I think just adds to the beauty of vellum. So up to you, you can just use obviously a rectangle anyway. So that's what you need. And the beauty of it is we are now into Celebration. Now I'm going to show you some of the Celebration items at the end of this video, but this set plus the Playful Alphabet dies that actually will give you a free celebration item. So if you do want to buy it, January and February are the time to do it, because you will get a free celebration item. I will talk about celebration items in a bit, but let's get on with our crafting today. So today we're going to make this. Let's get on with some crafting. So what do you need in order to make this? You need actually quite a lot of different bits of stuff. So you need, first of all, for these bits here, we've got a basic bit of cardstock on the front here. And you need 12 of these. I've actually got some cut out here. Not that we need them all today, but these are just ones I've already cut to make another one, to be honest. So these bits are 7 by 7 centimeters, and you need 12 of those. So you'll need 2 sheets of white cardstock to make this. If I get my bits out to make today's, that would be the sensible way, because then I can show you. I have already done a lot of the preparation. Oh, I'm going to lose all my numbers. Oh goodness, I've got one stuck in here which I can't get into. There we go. Let's get my 0 out. I've lost a 2 somewhere. It must be somewhere. We will find it in a bit. There's my, I don't know if you can see that better with the detail on the rectangle diagram. Still can't see that very well. There we are. You can see it a little bit more. It's just a stitch detail around that piece of vellum, which I rather like. I'm going to put this safely to one side because I don't want to lose those. I already seem to have lost a 2. So we want 12 bits of white card, 7 by 7 centimeters. Then you want a larger piece of, oh, there's my other 2. Excellent. A larger piece, and this one I've used white for my other base. This one I've decided to go for smoky slate, and this one is 9 by 9. And then there are layers. There's a layer of gold. I've actually used the gold foil, as you can see, just to do a layer, and this is 7.3 by 7.3, or you can use contrasting cardstock. In this one I've used Highland Heather, gorgeous grey pop for here, so I've used Highland Heather as the layer on that one. So you can use colour if you want. I'm going with gold again for this because the Simply Elegant paper, and I've used the same one because I am in love with it. I've used the same one as before. So that you need, for your base card, you need various bits of your base card as well, so whatever colour. I've used basic grey. So the base is 11 centimetres wide by 29 centimetres long, and you just score it in the middle at 14.5 centimetres. So that's my base. Then we need 2 other bits of card because we need to make the box that these sit in. So these 2 bits of cards, you need 2 pieces like this, and these are 7 centimetres by 11.5 centimetres. And we need a piece for the base, for the box, to make it stand up, which is 7 centimetres. Oh yeah, so the stand, sorry, no, it's 6.7 centimetres, a little bit under 7. Doesn't actually matter, as long as it's slightly under 7, that's fine. By 10.1 centimetres. Again, you want it narrower than your base, so don't be too worried about the points of centimetres there. You just want it, so you don't want to see the base. You don't want to see the base as it stands up. But if I turn this, you can see how that base works. It just folds. It's slightly narrower than the actual base card, and it just helps you stand it up, which is what you want, obviously, for a desk calendar. Put that to one side so I give myself a bit more room. And then you need your pieces of DSP. Now, you could get away, to be honest, you could get away just with 1 piece of DSP on the front. I just like to make the back nice as well, so I stuck 1 on the back. So 1 or 2 pieces of DSP, your choice, and they are 10.5 by 14. So let's get on with starting to put it together. I'll talk about doing the base in a bit. We'll make those in a bit, but I want to talk about doing this bit first. So I've actually got, as you can see, I've got a lot of these already done. So it would be boring watching me stamp everything. So I've got some of those already done. I've got March and April's to stick on there. And this is the one I'm going to show you what to do. I've actually started February as well. So let us get going. So I've used, for my inks here, I've used basic grey, and I've also used, this is now retired, but it's a Delecta Golden Glitz one, and it's rather nice. And I've used that just for the days there. So we're going to start off, we'll do January because we haven't done January. So I have already got my January stamp, going to use my basic grey. All I'm going to do is simply ink up my stamp, and I'll put it somewhere in the middle, just below the top. So we'll put it here, try and get it straight. Always difficult to work under a under the camera. It just is. So the days I'm on this one, I've actually done those in gold. I did it the reverse way around in this calendar. I actually did the months in gold and did the days in basic grey, but I decided I'd do it the other way around on this one. So that's my January. I'm using the Saturday to Sunday days because, as I say, I always think Sunday's the first day of the week, so that helps me. So I'm going to stamp that again, try and get it straight, just underneath there. And the other thing you need in order to do this is, let's put that away because if I lean on that, I'll get gold glittery stuff everywhere, is, I'll just actually clean my stamp too, because that gold stuff does stick on the stamp rather a lot. So I'm just going to clean that stamp. There we go. Just clean the other one as well while we're here. There we go. So how to use this. So in order to use the numbers on this to get the right numbers for January, you do need, where have I put it? Yeah, that's it. I just printed off on a piece of scrap paper the 2022 calendar so that I can work out, and this one is, you know, it's the same as the days I've put, so it's Sunday to Saturday. So January, the 1st of January is on a Sunday. So that first, if I turn it upside down, because it'll be this way, I need that bit. Okay, so I need this part of the stamp. So it's the 1st to the 31st because January has 31 days. And this is what I discovered, which I am so happy about. The width of our ink pads is exactly right for our months. So if I get my ink pad lined up so that the 1 is at this side, so I've got my first line of numbers here, as you can see, it inks my whole month that I need in one go. How beautiful is that? I just love that. And then I can line this up. So I line my number 1 under my Sunday, and I make sure it's straight again, and then I can stamp that on my sheet, and there I have my January. So what do you do when months have fewer than 31 days? And this is why I wanted to leave the February one to do it, because February, obviously, if we look at this, February has 28 days, or 29 in each leap year, of course. This year it just has 28. So it starts on a Tuesday, and 28 is the last day. So how do we deal with that? Well, you need some of this, some low-tack tape. So all I'm going to do is tear off a small piece of low-tack tape. Then I work out my days. So if I turn it over so you can see, we know that February starts on a Tuesday. So the last one we're going to have is the 5th. So it's going to be this block, but we want it to stop on 28. 28 will be a Monday. So we don't want 29, 30, 31. So I am going to stick my piece of low-tack tape over 29 to 31. You see that? So 29 to 31, I've stuck the tape over. Then I can ink up my stamp as usual. So I go from the 5th at the top, 27th, 28th at the bottom. So I ink up the stamp as before. And now I can take off my piece of low-tack tape and dispose of it. It's stuck to my finger, of course it is. When you're doing recordings, you always get daft things happening. It's stuck to my finger, no good. So then we've got our thing inked up. So I know I now have the correct bits inked. So again, I can put this on. So we've got 1 to 28. And there we have, now that 29 shouldn't have done. I obviously got a bit of ink on there. That's my fault for just, obviously I caught it as I pulled the tape off. But the good news is we do have a reverse side. I may do that one again just to get rid of that, or I might just use my little sand rubber just to get rid of that little bit, because that actually I think is just going to come off quite nicely. I'll probably play with that later, or I might do it on the reverse side, doesn't matter. But you get the idea. That's how you do it. And it's so good. So if we're going to make up the card, the final thing we need to do, hang on a second, is prepare our card here. Now on this one, the previous one I'd done stars in the corner. On this one I've actually done a random starry thing all the way round. So I am going to, oh, I haven't got that stamp out. Get ready with that one. So let me get my star stamp. Yeah. And we will just put that on a, oh, there's my little tiny block. There we go. So I'm going to use a little bit of, this is really disgusting paper. I'll turn that side slightly less disgusting, because I'll go off a little bit on some of these, I think. So all I'm going to do is very randomly start in the corner and just stamp stars, turning my stamp slightly each time, all the way around. Oh, that wasn't very good. Let's try that one again. Honestly, doing things quickly makes such a mess, don't I? So I'll just stamp this around. So I'm just doing it very randomly, not even counting. I think I did 7. I'm obviously fitting a lot more in on this one. Doesn't matter. You only see one of these at once, so this one's got a few more stars on. Doesn't really matter. So I've just done a little border just with the stars there. Made an absolute mess of my stamp, but that's okay. Put that away later. So we've now finished with our stamping, so I can get rid of that stamp pad before I lean in it. I do that a lot with stamp pads because I'm a messy crafter. So let's show you how we make it up. So all I'm going to do is to stick the months on the cards, and it doesn't matter which one goes on, you just have to make sure they're the right way up. So I've already put the months on my layers on this one. This is March, so we'll stick March on here, and I just need to make sure it's roughly in the middle and nice and straight. There we go. Then I'm going to carefully turn it over so that the top is still at the top, so I get these on the right way. Now, it doesn't actually matter if you do make a mistake, because obviously you can turn each of these to be the right way up, but it just looks a bit more professional if everything is all the right way around. So there we have April and March and April. Make sure they're really nicely firmly stuck down, and then we'll do the same. January we'll stick onto here. So put it on the layer first. Beauty of gold foil is that it's a little bit movable, so if you do stick it on and don't get it quite square, it doesn't matter because you can move it around a little bit. So I want roughly the same. There we go. The same gap all the way around, if you like. February, I'm going to leave February because I think I'm going to restamp it to get rid of that mistake I made. But again, I can just do this one and finish February later on rather than bore you with it now. So we'll stick January on there. Yes, I have got more stars on this one. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So finish February later. So let me show you how to make up the base. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I've actually, I want to decorate the base both sides, I'm going to use, this is just gorgeous. Can you see this paper? Gold and silver. It's a very dull day today, but you can still see how much it shines. It's just beautiful. It's the Simply Elegant paper from the annual catalogue, and I have ordered several packs of it because I really like it. I wasn't sure about the set when I first got it, or the paper, or I'm never sure about DSP, but when I start to use it, I really, really like it. I've just seen that's not quite, just make sure I get this on straight, and then I shall straighten up this because it isn't quite straight, which I don't like. So we'll get back together and just like bone folder. Just make sure that is nice and straight, that crease. There we go, that's better. And then we'll stick this piece on the back. And we've just left it, cut it so there's a nice little border all the way around. So that's my base. But if I don't put a base thing on it, I can stand it up now, but actually it will start to slide. It won't be very good. So the base, let's talk about how to make the base. So this is the slightly smaller piece, 6.7 by 10.1. So to make the base, we're going to do 3 score lines. Don't know if you can see those. And these score lines, let me just check my measurements there. Yeah, so it's so this base, this is scored at 5 and a tiny bit. It's halfway. So you put 1 score line right down the middle. and you want to score it at 1 centimetre either side. So it's roughly 1 centimetre. It's actually about 3.4 centimetres, sorry, 3.4 centimetres, because this is 6.7. So 3.4, 6.7, 6.8, 3.4 down, whatever it is down the middle, 1 centimetre each side. So I've done this one at 1, 3.4 and 5. So that gives us our base. And how we fold it, we want the middle fold to be a mountain fold. And we want each of the side folds to be a valley fold. So we make it a W shape. I'll show you what I mean just now. We fold them in opposite ways. So we have a valley fold, a mountain fold, a valley fold to make this sort of W shape. And now we can use, I'm going to use tear and tape actually. So if I can find the end of my tear and tape. Why is it when you're doing crafting on videos, it's always more difficult? It's crazy. Okay, so tear and tape along there and along here. There we go. And we'll do pokey tool just to get that off. One on first. So this goes, the pointy bit of your W goes up the middle. And this is going to sit, I can use the back here to put it down. So actually I might stick it to the back and then show you. So I want to line it up so that this crease here is at the bottom of here. So I'm going to line it up so it's in the middle and just make sure my creases line up there. See that? So I've done it just next to the edge. You don't want it to overlap at all. If anything, make it slightly less. Fold it up so then I can just fold it down, find my pokey tool again, which has suddenly vanished, even though I had it literally just a second ago. Honestly. Why do things vanish on discs? They always do. So now I can just hold that bent, if you like, fold that down on top, and there is my base. So now it stands up beautifully. So you can see that here, yeah? So you see how I've done it, the W, so that it folds there, folds flat. So if you want to post this to somebody, obviously this bit's got bulk, we put it on. So anyway, that's the base. So we've done the base, we can put that over there. Now the slightly more complicated bit, which is to do the box. So we have two pieces, which are 7 by 11.5 centimeters. And we want to score each piece. I'm going to show you how to do this. If I can fit my, a little bit here, just need my trimmer. Wonderful Stampin' Up trimmer. Use those numbers again. Oops, just push everything else off there. Hopefully you can see this okay. So I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way because we don't want that yet. And we need to score 1 centimetre at each side on this long side and on one of the other sides. So I'll show you. So the beauty of our trimmers is that we've got markings this side. So this is the easy way to do it. So I move that up to 1 centimetre and score. And then I can turn it round, go to 1 centimetre again and score. So that's the easy way to get the 1 centimetre either side. And then on one of these long sides, I'm just going to score again, 1 centimetre. So can you see that? Hopefully you can see those score lines a little bit there. And so I do the same on the other piece. So we're going to go 1 centimetre, turn it round, do another 1 centimetre. And I have to give great credit for this box, 1 centimetre on the long side, to Linny C, and it's her video I used as the basis for my box. Thank you very much for all of that, of course. But then we've got to cut out a bit in the centre, obviously, because if we look at this, we've got to be able to see the month. So we need to cut out this centre so that we can see the month. This is the only real fiddly bit with this. So what we do with this is we're going to cut it out 2 centimetres in from each short edge, so another centimetre in, and another centimetre in from the bottom. And again, the beauty is that our trimmers help us do that. So I can line it up at 2 centimetres there. I need it 2 centimetres up from here. You can, I'm going to have to, oops, stand up because I need to see over it. I need to just bring it down bring it down from the top here so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So I actually happen to know that this line here is approximately 1 centimetre up from here. So on the trimmer blade, there's actually marks on either side, so you can see where you're cutting to. So I can go down, and the other beauty is that the trimmer itself is roughly 1 centimetre. So if I come down to here, I know that that's level with my other crease fold. I know that I'm actually 1 centimetre up from here. So oh, I can't get hold of it. There we go. I'm going to turn this round, turn it over actually, and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go from the top down to my line, which is 2 centimetres from there. These are actually inch lines on here, but doesn't matter. And then again, if I go to 2 inches here, and I can line up the mark on my trimmer with the already cut line here, and go down between the 2 cut lines. There we go. And throwing out this bit just very simply, just holding a little bit there. That's the bit we cut out. So that is this is how you want this piece to look. Now all the measurements and what to do, I'm just going to cut off that little, there we go. All the measurements for all of these are on the website, and it's available in a PDF if you just want to get in touch with me. So now we just need to very simply make the box up, and you make it like any box. So we're going to cut out this bottom corner here. It's so dark today, it's difficult to see. So I'm going to cut up straight up there, and I'm going to cut it out here. Now I'm going to cut this one, actually I'm going to miter this one because I'm going to leave that one on. Just miter it slightly. So on this front bit, cutting up, little miter on that little tiny little tab there. On this one, I'm going to cut them out. So again, where we've got the score lines, this bottom little square, I'm going to cut that out. Sorry, I'm going a little bit off camera to do that. I need to be able to see, and it's a little bit difficult if I'm trying to work forward under the camera. There we go. So I cut out get rid of those bits. There we go. My chairing, because that's part of the problem. So now we've got this piece with the bottom cut out, and this piece with 2 little tabs left. So now we want to be folding all of these pieces. So I'm going to fold these in. Start to get a bit fiddly, just be careful obviously, because this piece is not that stable because it's got the middle cut out. But I'm going to do all these folds, fold up at the bottom. There we go. I'm just going to use my bone folder on that. Oh, not in there, fluff. Piece of fluff, don't know what that's come from. Possibly dog hair. Get dog hair and everything on my projects. There we go, don't we, Gus? Right, so again, I'm going to just fold and crease all of these folds. There we go. Then very simply, I'm going to stick it all together like this. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow again. Tombow, because it just is forgiving. We can move bits around. So I'm going to do the sides first, and I'll show you how to do the bottom. Oops. So the only fiddly bit is actually lining these up because they're little tiny tabs. So just make sure they are well lined up because you want this to be a box. So again, the beauty of Tombow is that it is movable, if you like. You can slide them around a little bit till you get it just right. So I'm going to just put that side in there. Make sure it's lined up, particularly with the bottom and the top. There we go. I'm just going to put my finger in just to push it against it. So we've got that down at the bottom. There we are. Put my bone folder in, that will help push it together. So that's stuck my 2 sides down. There's my front just open. So now we close the bottom, and you want to close the front piece, the bit on the open bit, over this bit. So I'm going to put the glue on this bit like that. I'm going to fold these corner tabs in like that, and then I can put a little bit more glue on those. And then I can fold my bottom piece over like that. So that's forming my box to put my other pieces in. So again, I'm going to push it down, make sure it's very well put together, and that is our box. So we now need to stick it on the front of here. So I'm just going to put some Tombow on the back here. And just for weight reasons and because I want to have plenty of room for my 2002, I'm going to line it up with the bottom of my base. So I've lined it up here at the bottom. Then I can press it down so it's sticking properly. And there we have our base. And these cards that we've already made will just slide in here like that, and they're all ready to use. So the only bit to finish now, obviously I've got to finish my February, but is to finish the 2002 on the top. So to do that, I'm just going to use, this is a little bit fiddly, but I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow on the back of the numbers that I've cut out. The only thing with 2022 is that there's so many twos, so I have to run it through that's why I didn't do it on camera, because it's a bit boring watching people run something through a die cut machine so many times. So just cut these out of the gold foil. I'm making a real mess on my desk as I do this because I'm doing it a bit too quickly really. But I don't want to waste your time to show. So I'll get my tweezers, to be honest, because it'll help me get these right. So what I didn't want to do, get even more glue on my work surface. I'm going to start off with my, is that the right way around? No, let's get it the right way around. There we go. There is a back and a front when you cut these stitched rectangle dies. So I do want to make sure it's the right way around. So it's 2000 and 22. And it just fits beautifully. Get rid of that glue before it sticks on something I don't want it to. So there is my 2022. So then I can either use glue dots. I did have some glue dots around, but I can't see them. I put my glue, never mind. I'm just going to use some Tombow. So I'm just going to put it behind the numbers again because I don't want it showing on the other side when I've actually stuck this on. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow around the numbers, and then I can simply stick this in the center at the top to my base. Press that down so it sticks. Not with my gluey finger, that's not a good idea. There we go. Another calendar, 2002, with all our months of the year people can use on a desk. How beautiful is that? So I did promise you, I'll finish that later, I'll put that to one side. I did promise you, I'm going to show you some stuff from our Celebration catalogue, but to start off with, I just want to show you one other project, and this one I have got from Jenny Lewis, I think her name is, an American demonstrator, and this is a perpetual calendar. So this again will sit on a desk. So if I just fold it down so you can see it, we have the month and what it is. So if I had a different month, so I'm going to take this off carefully. I've used little Velcro dots for this. So the Velcro sticks on there, and then we've got the base on here. So let's stick, which month should we choose? Should we choose July? Let's get July out. There we go. So we'll stick July on there. So that's my month. And this then slides. So when we get to July, July actually starts on a Friday. 1st of July is a Friday. So I can have July up. So July is the first to that. Was it March or something? Was the first on a Tuesday? Can't remember now, but you swap for March. That's how it works, which is rather nice, which means it'll last forever, or as long as peeling off these works, because I don't know whether that'll always work. But I rather like that. Thank you for that idea. Lovely little slidey thing, which means I can get whichever month I want on that. Rather nice little perpetual calendar you can make with that. So that is what I wanted to show you with this beautiful Days to Remember stamp set. But as I say, if you buy the stamp set and the alphabet dies, for example, obviously you can buy anything else of your choice, then that does actually give you a Celebration item. And the Celebration catalogue, which I'll just get because I forgot to bring one over, just a second. Our wonderful Celebration catalogue runs from the 4th of January to the 28th of February, so we're in it now. So anything you buy at the moment, if you spend over £45, then you can get something for free. So there's a load of different things you can get. There's this Island Vibe set, which I haven't got yet. There is some beautiful Daffodil Designer Series paper, which actually matches with the Daffodil Daydream bundle. Very alliterative, difficult to say. The Daffodil Daydream bundle, it matches with that. I'll show you that at one point. There's this gorgeous Catching Butterflies set with this beautiful, cute little girl, which is rather nice. Driving by, I'll show you some of these. Nice rainbow paper. I'm going to show you that next time. I'm actually going to use the rainbow paper and the matching Rainbow of Happiness bundle at our next craft along. So if you want to join in with that, please do let me know, and I will order some for you. Simply Marvellous paper, awesome otters, they're all beautiful. This one is with £90 purchase. You get a stamp set and you get some Designer Series paper if you spend £90. Which is another rather nice thing. And this one is also £90. It's called Special Moments, and it's got a wonderful range of sentiments that you would use all the time, I think, and some examples obviously as well. And if you actually spend over what is the host, £150, I think. If you spend over that, no, the party or personal order has to be over £275, and you would get this one, Calming Camellias, for free if you did that. Let me also mention the wonderful joining offer. The joining offer this time, it's always a great offer because you get £99 you get £130 worth of products. So it's already a great offer because you're saving a third at £31 out of 130. So, but during Celebration, you also get another 2 stamp sets for free, which are worth up to 20 odd pounds. So that could be another £40 worth. So you could get up to something like, do the maths in my head and get it right, about £170 worth of products for only £99. It's a brilliant joining offer. So you never have to buy anything else if you don't want to, but it really is worth it. So have a think about that. Let me show you some of the lovely things that have come in Celebration. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'll show you some of them because I have to talk about this. This is the Simply Marvellous, clever, Simply Marvellous paper, and it comes in a whole range of colours, and they're double-sided. So you have a rather nice, gentle light colour. I made my daughter a celebration card because she got a new job using this because it's just beautiful, and the stamps that I'm about to show you. So it's got a sort of nice gentle marbly pattern on one side and a more striking marbly pattern on the other in all of these wonderful colours. I've obviously used this is one I used for the my daughter's card, so that's beautiful Highland Heather. So we've got a whole range of colours. What are they? Balmy Blue, Basic Grey, Blushing Bride. These are just beautiful papers. And I'm going to order, if I do order lots, which I probably will, because you know me, I will be ordering quite a lot of packs of this paper because it is just gorgeous. And it's what I used in my Perpetual Calendar. Now, when Jeannie Lewis made this, she actually put a little figure on the side as well. I might do that, I haven't decided. My only problem with that is if I have a month like January, it's going to be off the edge, and that might be awkward for people. I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, I might play with that a little bit more. But that's the paper. You can see it there. You can see it even better actually on the base here. They're just beautiful. I love this paper. Simply Marvellous. So you can get that for free with every 45 spend. This set, Awesome Otters. I've fallen in love with the otters. There's a gorgeous little otter here swimming along holding a fish, a little birthday hat you can put on top of your otters, cute little otter coming out of the water, and an otter celebrating, which is what I actually used on my celebration for my daughter's card. nice sentiments. It's birthday time. You are utterly awesome. So I used that inside my congratulations card. My daughter and I used congratulations from one of my other sets with that little otter, put that inside with that one, decorated the envelope, obviously, with a little otter head, made a really nice card. So that's a beautiful little set. What else can you get? Let's have a look. This one is the driving by set. I got this because same daughter actually loves camper vans. So I thought that's going to make a nice birthday card in future for her. Again, 3 different types of cars with balloons, presents, and just a lovely little camper van. Driving by just to say hi, you've got style, or thanks. Nice little set again.